Hello everyone. Today's video I'm going to go over some parts that I just purchased. Last week I went to Corvettes at Carlisle 2025, and while I was there I went through the swap meet, and there were some particular parts I was looking for that I was really hoping to get. A couple of them I got, one in particular I didn't get, which I guess is okay. But one of the things I picked up was a telescope steering column for my 71, and I had been to a couple other swap meets. I think it was over at the turkey run over at Daytona probably 2 years ago. While I was there, I found a couple of telescope steering columns, but they're out of 78s, I believe, and I was going to use one of those in my car, even though I knew it wouldn't be period correct. I didn't really care at the time, and I'll show you the difference between the correct one for this car and the ones that I was looking to use. And then the other thing, I bought a 1980 Corvette, and I was going to use a steering column out of it because it's basically like 78s. The 78s have an extra little lever you push down to get the key out. But the 80 I don't believe has that. I'll have to look again. It's been a while since I looked at it. But the 71 didn't have it. It's got a cable that hooks to a lever on the steering column that you have to, if it's an automatic, you have to have in park. If it's a 4-speed, you got to have in reverse before you can get the key out of it when you turn it off. So I was going to do that because at the time I really didn't care, because this car is not a numbers matching, all original car, so I didn't really care if the steering column wasn't period correct as long as it worked correctly. Well, anyway, while I was up at Carlisle, I was very fortunate to find a steering column for my car, and really nice shape and really inexpensive for what they normally go for. I don't know why the guy wasn't asking more for it. I was kind of surprised. Anyway, let me get over there and I'll show you what I picked up so far. Okay, one thing I picked up was a new dash pad, and this is the correct year dash pad for my car, and it's in really good shape. I can't believe how nice it is. It's not the right color, but I'm going to dye it because I have to dye the rest of the interior anyway. But I mean, even the stitching looks really nice on it. There's no cracks in it. It's nice and pliable. It's not brittle, hard. It's just a really nice dash pad, and I got it really cheap. I got it for 150 bucks. That might sound kind of high, but look one up online from like Eckler's or Zip or any of the Corvette places. And to get the dash pad, I believe last time I checked it was almost $500 for this dash pad. Now they make a cover for these, which I used on that 77 I had. It's just a thin plastic cover that covers over the top of this, and you put silicone on here and stick it on there, and that glues it on there. And it actually looks pretty good, but that's still over $200. I think it was $249 or something like that. So I've got this one for $150. I can't believe it. I just lucked out. Okay, and then for the steering column, it's even the right color, even though it needs redone. No big deal. But it's the correct one for my car. It's got the turn signal and the tilt. On the 80s and 78s I have, this housing comes out, and it's got the turn signal here, but it also does the dims and brights, and then this area here is shorter overall from what I measured is from the end of this slot here to where this steering wheel will actually mount, which it mounts right on this surface right in there. And the 78s and 80s are like, I believe it was like 15.5 inches from here to here. And I think that's when it's collapsed all the way down. Where this one, or I should say on my original non-tilt telescope steering column, from here to where the steering wheel mounts is 17.5 inches. And right now I have this one set about in the middle of travel at 17.5. So I got about an inch this way and a little over an inch back this way. So I can put it to my original factory setting, which I was comfortable with that, and I'll probably leave it at that, or I can adjust it up or down. And then I like because you can tilt it up and down. And this steering column, I mean, it's a little dirty and got a little bit of rust on it, but overall it's a really nice steering column. Everything works on it. The only thing, it's just dirty, and like the key, when you go to turn it, it doesn't spring back real quick. It's like it's dirty and just needs cleaned out and greased in here. I'm going to replace this with the ignition switch out of my car, so I have to cut a bunch of new keys. The turn signals work. The tilt works. Everything's tight in every position. It doesn't have any play in it at all. This piece here is cracked, and I was going to just re-glue this and clean it up and fix it, but I could buy a new one from Zip Corvette for $38, so I ordered one of those. The only thing I can't check right now is the horn, and I guess I could, you know, if I figure out which wires are the horn here and put a tester on it when I push in on it and see if I got continuity. So I might do that. But what I'm going to do for now, that 1980 I had, there's two sets of ball bearings in here that the short shaft rides on, and it was missing those ball bearings out of the steering column when I bought the car, and I think probably somebody went to take it apart and they fell down inside, so they're probably down in this tube somewhere, but I haven't pulled it out of the car yet to check. So I knew I was going to need those, so I went in and ordered new bearings for there, so I'll just use them in this steering column. And then there's a bearing down here, and I just ordered a new one of those yesterday. It comes with this keeper and the retaining snap ring, and then the bearing in there. And when you spin this thing, it just sounds, to me the bearings just sound dry. So I just think the biggest thing I need to do is take this all apart, clean it up, strip it down, repaint it, and put new bearings in it where it needs it. And I might replace all the horn connections in here just to be safe, so I know I've got something good there. And then I can grease it up good and put it back together. And I'm not sure about this switch. I might take the one off of my car because I know it's good and put it on here. It's just, you know, you got this rod that comes from the ignition switch. When you rotate this, it pushes that rod, or pulls it actually, I guess, and that's what engages your starter. And then when it starts, you let go of the key, that comes back. And see, it comes back, and it's actually getting easier the more I do it, so I just think it's dirty. But when you let go of that, then it's in the run position, and you can drive. So, and then on the end here, this is where the cable hooks into this arm, and it goes down to the transmission and hooks to the linkage on the transmission, so that this arm has to be, that's down when you're driving, and then when you put it in park or reverse, that brings it up here, and it'll allow you to turn this and get the key out. Otherwise, if this is down and you can't get the key to go back far enough to get it out, so it's kind of a safety thing, so you have the car either in park or reverse. So anyway, that's what I got there, and I got it really cheap. I gave $700 for it, and I looked at some they had there. Some guys wanted up to $2,200 for one that wasn't as nice as this. It was missing levers, the horn button. It was just as rough or rougher than this one. And I found this the last day I was there, and I walked past it first, and I thought, well, that's got to be a piece of junk, because he was asking $750 for it. And I went back later, and it was still there, so I went up and looked at it and checked everything, and everything I could check felt good. So I just made him an offer, and he accepted it. So I'm really glad. I'm really excited about this piece. And then the other thing I got was new rear bumpers. And these, you see how nice and shiny they are. These are not reproduction bumpers. These are actual original bumpers off of a C3 bumper car, you know, from 68 to 73. I don't know what year this came off of, but they're all the same. And there was a company up there that they were kind of a local company in Pennsylvania, and they do plating, and they had all different kinds of bumpers there that you could buy. And these have been replated. Like I say, they're original bumpers. They're not aftermarket reproductions, because sometimes those don't fit quite right. But this was saved me probably, God, I'm not really sure how much it saved me. I think around $400 buying these from this plating company, as opposed to ordering the good reproduction bumpers, the licensed GM licensed bumpers from a place like Zip Corvette. And they're triple plated. They're guaranteed for life. If I have any issues at all with them scratching or chipping or the chrome fading out, I can contact them. They will send me either a new bumper, or they'll have me send mine in and they'll replate it for me. So I don't think they have that kind of warranty on the ones you get from the Corvette supply companies. But I was really needing those. And then the other thing I wanted to get, and let me show you on mine. This is the hood off my car, and it's in really good shape. It's got one little chip right down here in this corner. You can kind of see it right there, which is an easy repair. But I was really wanting an LT1 hood, mainly because I really like the looks of them. Plus, I needed just a little bit more height here, because my air cleaner actually touches the bottom of this hood, because I put the Holley Sniper with a 1/2-inch riser and then a Edelbrock Performer intake manifold, so that it sits up higher than the carburetor would. So I had to put a low profile air cleaner on it, and it still just barely touches the top of the hood. So with an LT, it probably would have given me, I don't know, 1/2 inch maybe or so more clearance right where the air cleaner goes, which is all I need. But I tell you, those hoods are expensive. I was up at Carlisle last year, and a guy had one there that was really nice shape for $895, I think it was. And I almost bought it, but Diane and I, when we were up there last year, we went to Niagara Falls after we left Carlisle, and I didn't want to leave that hood in the back of the truck and have it disappear. So I went back there this year with, hopefully, you know, which I knew was a long shot, that the guy would still have it. And the guy was there, but he had already sold the hood last year after I left Carlisle last year. And the closest hood I can find there that was really nice, they wanted $1,800 for it, and I can't justify $1,800 when I don't need a hood. If this one was all busted up, I probably would have bought it. And I'm still looking. If I can find one cheap enough, I will put one on it. But for now, I'm planning on using this hood over again. So that's my bargains I got at Carlisle this year. I did shoot some video, not a whole lot, but I will be posting some video, mainly of the cars. I didn't shoot the swap meet this year. I did last year, but I didn't shoot any video on the swap meet this year. I ran out of time, and I'm slowly gathering up parts, buying a few at a time. I got new beauty rings there, reproduction beauty rings from Zip Corvette. I've got some of the trim screws, and like where it says Corvette on the back, it was in really good shape on my car, except one letter. I think it was, I don't remember which one it was. One of the letters was missing the post on the back, and they just kind of glued it on there. So I picked up the new letters from Zip. Some of the other, this is a repair kit for your screws that hold the rocker panel covers on. They work really nice. I use them on my 77 too. And just some other parts and parts I've taken off the car. I don't know what all I got here. One of these days I have to go through and sort all that out, put it on video. But anyway, that's where I'm at right now. So I think my next video will be me taking that steering column apart and getting it cleaned up and redone. So hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.